Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Pavlos. Pavlos is my first guest from Cyprus. So let's see what Pavlos has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Hi.
Hello Pavlos, how are you today? How are things?
I'm very well. I'd like to apologize for postponing this a million times or so, but you know, it's a Greek thing.
It's okay, it's meant to be today.
Yeah. Looks like it. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good, yeah, just had a day as well. It's quite warm actually in London. It's
Really?
quite warm. It's today it's been rain sometimes. For the last 3 weeks, it's been rain some days, but some days being very warm. So today, it's quite warm.
What is it expected to be next week? Because I'm gonna be there.
No way!
Yeah.
Really? Because of the Jubilee, the celebration of the Queen's coronet, the Queen's.
No.
No.
No, I'm not coming for the Queen. She didn't invite me. But my cousin's getting married, so I'm gonna be there for a family wedding.
That's amazing, Pavlos. It's going to be bank holiday on Thursday and Friday, so it's going to be 4 days.
I realized that after we booked, because we booked hotels and flights for quite some time now, and then we saw that it was the bank holiday weekend.
Yes.
And we were fortunate enough to book it when it was quite cheap at the time, because I think the prices just rose up immensely after that.
I'm sure. And now, actually, yesterday I was walking and I could see so many events happening in the city for the next week. You know, there's so many things coming up. So yes, you're gonna be here on historical days. It's going to be something very special, something to remember. 70 years that she's been on the throne. So it's going to be very interesting.
I was actually there. I was living there in London on it was around 2000 something. I was just a previous. I'm not entirely sure what it was. Gold, platinum, whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah, there are so many celebrations that sometimes you get lost, you get confused sometimes.
Yeah.
Pavlos, so tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Cyprus, a small island in the eastern Mediterranean.
So tell me, what's the best thing? Which part of Cyprus? Which city?
Limassol. Very
Limassol.
south, the very, very south.
How far are you from the capital?
Roughly an hour.
Okay, all right.
It's a small island, so all distances are ridiculous. I mean, commuting is nothing compared to what you might think, what it is in London in any case. But yeah, so apart from traffic, to get to the capital, it's roughly an hour.
I see. And to tell me, what do you do for a living, Pavlos?
I work in a bank.
So what's the best part of working in a bank?
Getting off early.
Monday to Friday, less hours, working from home.
Not working from home. I didn't enjoy working from home during the COVID. It was. I prefer, having the luxury to get out of home and going to the office. I was there on my own mostly, but my wife was working from home. My son was schooled from home, so it was Wi-Fi hell here. So I prefer to go to the office.
Yes, I think people, through those 2 years, they are missing going to the office. A lot of people, they are literally enjoying going to the office now after spend those kind of 2 years, 1 year and a half lockdown. So I think everyone now wants to get back to normal again.
And I've got sea view in my office, so it's good.
Pavlos, so before we start our journey, William and the Magic Box, tell me something interesting about yourself.
Something interesting about myself? Well, I'm just wondering what you might find interesting, and why did you approach me in the first place? Because I think I'm quite boring. I mean, I work in a bank. I can't get more boring than that.
I was checking your pictures on Instagram. You don't come across as boring at all. You're a very proactive person. You're always doing something. You're always on the go.
Well, yeah, but on Instagram, you won't post the boring bits. You post the most exciting things, yeah? I mean, you cannot rely on social media to know what a person is like.
That's true. Never judge the book by its covers. Never.
But the most exciting thing that I do, that I actually started this year, is I became a part of the Afro-Brazilian percussion band.
Tell a little bit about it.
It's we play batucada, and you would know. I play the surdo. The
Yes.
drum,
Yes, absolutely.
So it's only been a couple of months, but it's very fun. It's very it's a very good company. Very good people there, and I really enjoy doing this.
I see. And so far, have you learned any Portuguese words?
No, so far no. There are no words actually. It's just beats.
Very good.
Portuguese word, obrigado. Is that?
Obrigado. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And you said in a very nice way, in a very Brazilian accent way. Obrigado. Perfect.
I'm very good with accents. Even if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm very good with accents.
Pavlos, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Sure.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Friends, full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just going to play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Wow, you can dance. You said that you're very boring. How can you be boring like that?
Pavlos, I don't want to raise expectations. You can tell me by the end of this interview if I'm boring or not.
Of course, that's what I could see. He just keeping, you know what I mean, everything to come along the interview, just to show who he is.
Exactly.
Pavlos, so just before we start the game, through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? It's all very friendly, okay?
Sure. Yep.
First question for you is, if you could have tea, a cup of tea, with a fictional character, who that would be and why?
I'd prefer to have coffee to begin with.
That's okay. Let's change for the coffee.
But sorry, the question is with a fictional character?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I would love to have coffee with Superman.
Tell me why.
Well, Superman is very close to my heart because it was the first film that I ever saw with my father, with my late father. Actually, it's the first film he took me to the cinema to watch together.
Wow.
And we've been going together, the two of us, and then with my son, the three of us. To watch all superhero films, but Superman is the closest to my heart.
Oh wow, that's nice, very nice. And do you prefer the old movies, Superman old movies, or the more modern ones now?
I didn't particularly enjoy the last one with Batman. I thought it was too many characters, and I didn't really enjoy it. But other than that, I do like Henry Cavill. I mean, he's a very good Superman. For sure.
Next question. Let's do it.
Sure.
Next question for you is, share with us a crazy story that happened to you when you were a child at school. Crazy or funny?
Crazy story at school. Oh, God. Okay, we went to an excursion, field trip, with school, and with some friends of mine, we just decided that it was a boring place where they took us, and we hitchhiked and went on the back of a stranger's truck and just went a couple of miles down the road, which was still the same shit, but we thought it was a very exciting thing to do, so we just did it. Coming to think of it, the truck driver must have been a very weird guy to take on so many kids on his truck, but yeah, we did it.
Did you like school?
Now I think that I did, but at the time I didn't. I mean, I have fond memories, but I didn't particularly enjoy it. No.
And which part of school did you like the most? What's the subjects that you like the most?
I enjoyed history, English, all the subjects that I didn't continue with my studies actually, because I changed route completely and went to economics, finance, etc. Yeah, I was more arty actually. I'm more inclined towards the arts.
And did you ever explore this part of being an artist?
In extracurricular activities, somewhat, but not as much as I wanted, or perhaps as I should.
I see. Never too late.
Never too late. Yeah, well, I'm a middle-aged man, but never too late. I became a drummer in my mid-40s, so yeah.
There we go. You see, it's somehow it's coming out. Somehow it's there.
Yep.
You're practicing. You're practicing.
Exactly.
Next one. Pavlos, before the next question, as I mentioned before to you, that actually this Sunday I'll be celebrating 600 interviews on the show so far.
Cool.
And you are my first guest from Cyprus. Wow. Yes, there we go. Saying that, I've never been in Cyprus before. Tell me if I would go to Cyprus, what would be your advice, or which place should I go, or something interesting about the country that I should know?
Well, it's an island, so and it's a small island. So wherever you really go, you can within a couple of days you can go everywhere. Being an island, everybody would. I mean, they're most likely to go to the beach, and we've got fantastic beaches, and you can have, good fun along the beach. But it is, I would advise that you could also visit Trudeau's Mountain, which is a very spectacular mountain with forests and churches and monasteries, if you're into that. And some really, really beautiful, picturesque villages that you have to visit as well. But distance-wise, you can do everything. I mean, what we say in Cyprus is that let's say during January, you can ski in the morning and you can water ski within a couple of hours in the afternoon.
Wow.
Because it's just an hour to go to the ski slopes, and then within an hour you're in Limassol, where I live, and you can go to the beach and swim.
My God, that's amazing. And what's the most challenging part of living there, in your opinion?
Most challenging part, in my opinion, is that being a small place has its disadvantages. I mean, for instance, let's say you want to see a top-class theater production or a concert or of a famous artist. They do not visit as much. So you're quite, culture-wise, we're a bit restricted.
I see. Okay. Next question for you is, tell us something that you have done that you feel very proud of yourself.
I have a son.
I knew it.
And that's, I'm always, it's always going to be my number one thing that I'm proud of.
How old is your son?
He's almost 15.
Oh, wow.
I've got a teenager in the house, yeah.
And saying that, what's the most beautiful lesson you've learned from him?
To be myself, actually, and to not when I was his age, I tried to fit in. I tried to go with the flow, but he's more persistent in his views, and he's teaching me that you can be yourself, and you don't have to fit in completely and still be as happy.
Oh my God, that's amazing. We learn so much with children and teenagers, don't we? I think that's...
Yeah.
And you never expect that. We just see...
He's surprising me all the time. He is.
I'm sure. And he's going to be very happy to know that when he watched the interview.
Actually, he's a subscriber of yours.
No way!
Yeah, he is. He's got his own channel as well.
Oh my God! There we go. I had a guest on the show. I think he's the youngest one. I think he's 15 as well. He's from California, and he's an actor as well. And so he was the youngest person on my show. He's already out his interview, and I'm planning as well now to do William. I have my niece. She's the same age as your son. My niece. She's gonna be 15 this year. My niece. No, sorry, next year. And I'm planning as well to do more interviews with teenagers, the different formats.
They could be very interesting, actually.
Absolutely. And I want to do as well William Matchbox for kids. You know what I mean? I mean, I have so many plans, you have no idea. So I'm just working hard to get things more expanded. But yes, never know. You know what I mean? If one day he'd like to join as well, with your permission, there we go. And he can talk about his channel as well.
Sure.
Next question. Let's do it.
Yep.
Hey, Pavlos from Cyprus. Next question for you is, what have you learned during this COVID crisis so far?
I've learned that I don't like wearing suits. I'm very comfortable being in track suits and not really caring about clothes, etc. But to be more serious, actually, I've learned that, I don't know, for the past couple of years, it feels like nothing can shock me anymore, because it's been 2 years of constant shocks. I mean, I growing up, I never imagined that I would live a pandemic. I never dreamed that I would live another war like we do have now. And I don't know, it's constant shocks. I mean, I'm expecting the aliens to come any day now, and it wouldn't shock me.
No, it's so interesting saying that, because when the COVID crisis happened, everyone was like, oh my God, as you said, no one was expecting to be, to live that, to go through that. And suddenly something even worse come along as well with the Ukraine situation. So it's, sometimes you go like, my goodness, what's next?
It's the Ukraine situation. Now there's another, I don't know, it's not a pandemic yet, but there's another scare about I'm not sure what it's called in English, monkeypox or something like that.
Oh, yes. Actually, I was talking about that last Sunday. I was talking with a colleague about that. It's crazy, isn't it? It's there's always something come along. It's crazy. Yeah. It's even scary. Let's hope for better days and not to be scared anymore.
Fingers crossed.
Next one. Next question for you is, what would your ideal life look like?
My ideal life would be on a Greek island, on a secluded beach, with a book, and no financial thoughts. I mean, I would be comfortable. I wouldn't have to work. That sounds ideal.
Saying that, do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
Day, definitely day.
Always been?
No. It's a part of getting old. No, I'm definitely more of a day person. I used to be up all night. I can't do it anymore. I'm not interested in doing it anymore, actually.
I see. Saying that early, waking up early, what's the best time for you to wake up, and what's the best time for you to go to bed?
Well, I usually wake up around 6:30. Ideally, I'd prefer to do that an hour later at 7:30, let's say, but our dog thinks otherwise. Ideal time to go to bed, I don't know, 11-ish, something before 12, yeah.
All right. We are still on time then. I'm not going to keep you hold, okay?
No worries.
Next one. Before the next question, I was checking your profile a little bit, and there was something saying that you are administrator of Wednesday Morning Coffee. Tell me what's that?
That's a lifestyle blog of a friend. We were actually at an event together now, at a fashion event. together. I'm just helping her with social media, with her Instagram account. I'm not involved in the content per se, but I'm helping her to boost her media presence, her Instagram presence. Excuse me.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Next question is, what makes you very sentimental?
Very sentimental. When I see children crying. I mean, a week ago, my son had some Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He does Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Okay, so he had a summit, let's say. A friend of mine had his son, but his son is much younger. And he lost the fight and he was crying. And I was crying as well.
Oh,
I was in tears as well.
Oh my goodness. But was the final?
Sorry?
It was just a competition, or was like
it was a competition. It was a competition. Yeah, he lost. My son lost as well, actually, but he did a good fight, and he's older, so he's okay with it.
I see. Anyway, lesson. Next time he gonna fight like in a better, different way. Let's say it's always a lesson, but it's hard. It broke our heart for sure.
yeah, definitely.
Next one. Let's do it. Before the next question, actually, the first time when I contacted you, you were very kind and you said to me, William, I'm on the football game or something like that. I think you're in a football game. And you said
I was playing the drums on the...
Ah!
Yeah, because the band I'm part of cooperate with this football team.
There we go.
And so, yeah, we went there to cheer them.
I see. And saying that, I can see that you like football, don't you?
Not really, no.
Oh, no!
No, I'm not a very sporty person, I must say. I mean, tell you what, I'm not good at football, never been good at sports per se, but I enjoy going to see football matches.
I see.
But I'm not passionate about who wins. I just want to have a good time.
And do you have any? If I would ask you your favorite Brazilian football player, do you have any?
No. Yeah, I'm gonna say Pelé because everybody knows Pelé. But...
Next question is: tell us about your guilty pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Chocolate.
Oh,
chocolate. I've got a very sweet tooth. Yeah. I wait for my wife to fall asleep and then I open the fridge and just down chocolate. Yeah.
I heard once that people who eat chocolates, they are the happiest people in the world.
It makes me happy. Yeah, it does.
Any particular one or any kind of chocolate?
I like, you won't know it. It's a Greek brand, Ion. They're very traditional and they've got almonds in it. So Ion almond, it's the best for me. Yeah.
You say about that you like sweets. Do you like cooking as well?
I like cooking, but I don't like cooking sweets. I like cooking food.
So talking about foods, what is the most traditional food in Cyprus?
Most traditional food is what we call souvla, and it's basically lamb on charcoal.
Wow! And that's
it's like kebabs, but big chunks of it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
It's very similar to the Brazilian. I remember going to Brazilian restaurants. You have this. I'm not what they're called.
A churrasco that we cut the meat on the plates.
Very similar to that. Yeah.
Assim, picanha. Say you like picanha. It's the name of the meat. So
yes. Yes, exactly. But it's lamb mostly.
I see. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for another one?
Sure.
Let's do it. Next question. Last week I went to my barber. He's from Cyprus, and I was telling him that I would have the interview with someone for the first time from Cyprus. He's very funny. I like him. His name is Musa, and he's very sweet. And I've been going to his barber for the last 4 or 5 years.
Do you live in North London?
He lives in Southeast London.
Southeast. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Musa, and he got did a lot of beard as well, a lot of beards, and he loves football. When I go there, he talks about Brazil. He talks about, and actually he likes as well about he can talk a lot of language. Sometimes when I go there, he has some French people coming, Brazilian, and he start talking some words, and he's a character. I like him. Very fun.
Cool.
Next question for you is: how would you like to be remembered in life?
I don't care. Is the honest answer. I hope that when people remember me, they have a smile on their face. But that's it. I don't want to be glorified somehow. I don't care about that.
That's a very nice way, like for people to remember. You know what I mean? Like a smile on their face when they think about you.
Yeah, I would love it if they have a funny story with me. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they will. Next one. That's it. Next question, Pavlos from Cyprus. Next question is: what do you like the most in your best friends?
What I like most from my best friend? Their humor and the amount of alcohol they can take.
Do you drink sometimes with them?
Of course. On weekends, yes. On weekend, I don't drink every day, but yeah, on weekends we have our gin and tonics.
Right. And any kind of traditional drinks as well in Cyprus?
Well, we've got traditional. It's called zivania. It's very high percentage in alcohol. It's would best describe it as similar to grappa. You know grappa, the Italian. Yeah, it's quite similar to that. It's traditionally super. Yeah.
But it's like a liquor. Do you drink like before a meal or just when you are socializing?
You drink it in shots.
Yeah.
You can drink it before or during a traditional meal.
I see. Okay. Other question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, talking about food, what is the weirdest food combination have you ever tried?
Weirdest food combination? Well, when I'm very hungry, I just don't care of the combination, to be honest. So it may have been, the chocolate cake together with macaroni pasta or something, and then just anything that comes, on my vicinity.
Whatever is in front of you, just take it.
Yeah. When I'm really hungry, I need to eat whatever.
Good one. Next question, Pavlos. Before the next one, as you're saying about that you lived in London, so tell me a little bit about your experience that's in London and why London.
Well, I studied in the UK, so my first degree was in Colchester, Essex, University of Essex.
Oh, wow.
My postgraduate degree was in Reading. And because it was a very expensive master's degree, actually, I had to take a huge loan to pay. So it was best for me to stay in London and work, receive a London salary to be able to repay that as soon as I could, and that's why I stayed there.
I see. How long are you living in London for?
I lived in London for almost 5 years. And then for years studying before, so all in all, almost 9 years.
Wow, it's a long period. And what do you miss the most about England during your period here?
Not the weather, but I miss walking.
Wow.
Because I would work. My work was at the West End. Mm-hmm. So after finishing work, I just walk aimlessly around there in the area, Oxford Street and Soho and Covent Garden, which I love. Here in Cyprus, because we don't have public transport, or we don't have good public transport rather, so we drive everywhere.
I see. I see.
And because it's too hot as well, you don't walk as much. So yeah, I miss walking aimlessly. That's what I miss about big cities, actually.
I see. Right. And could you see yourself adventure yourself again living abroad or not? You kind of just go on vacation.
You know what? Because of my son and his schools, etc. It's a bit tricky at the time, but I would see myself living anywhere given the opportunity. I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Wow. And if your son would come one day and say, okay, Dad, I'd like to adventure myself, live in another country, would you support him as well? Would you encourage him to do it?
Yes, of course. Yes, I would. It's because I suffered. Okay, let me rephrase. When I went to study, my parents told me to study something that it would be great for me to find a job back home. So that limited me somewhat as to what to do. So when it's his turn to go to study, I don't want him to have this limitation. I want him to be able to do exactly what he wants.
Amazing.
And find a job anywhere in the world that, he's going to be good at and happy at.
Amazing. Very good.
And it would be great for me to visit as well.
It's going to be an excuse for your wife. You know what? I need to see how he's doing. I need to check things there.
We'll all be traveling together. Yeah, great.
Nice one. Next question is, what is something that you won and how did you win it? Something special.
Something that I won.
Yeah.
I won an iPhone, an Apple Watch, earpods that my son is using at the moment, and some other Apple stuff, total value of €2,000. And I won it at a radio competition.
And how was the competition?
Okay, it was you had to participate in a series of days to this competition that the presenters were actually Google translating a hit song in English into Greek. Wow. But when you Google translate, the meaning gets lost. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
And you had to figure out which was the song. And I had the most correct one. So, yeah, I won.
Amazing. When was that?
It was actually, I actually won on New Year's Eve.
Nice way to start the year.
Yeah.
Right, Pavlos, I have 3 questions left for you, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. There we go. This coming now, the moves. Next question is, what is your favorite season of the year and why?
Summer, definitely. Summer. I'm a summer person. Because it's the time that I'm off, my wife's off, my son's off, and we can go on vacation.
I see.
We can travel, we can, spend time on the beach all day. It's great.
When I was checking your profile, I saw one picture of you say made in November. Is your birthday in November?
No, that's Movember.
Oh, I see.
It was the mustache thing for the prostate cancer. It was a charity.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought November because my birthday is November. I thought yours.
No. I'm an April guy, actually.
April.
But that was for the charity. Yeah, it was. I shaved my beard. I only had the mustache because of this charity in November.
I see. Good one. 2 questions left for you. Let's do it. Before the next question, as you're saying that you have a wife, tell me, what's the most beautiful lesson you've learned from her so far?
The most beautiful lesson is that you need to. Can I think about it?
Of course you can. Take your time.
The most. God, that's a tricky one. That is a tricky one.
She's gonna be like, "Oh my God, what?" I'm joking.
It's that you have to, you have to be a nice person and a gentle person, and that goes that builds the relationship as well.
Mhm.
You don't need to have an ego within a relationship. You have to think for the team.
Good one.
That's
Good.
the lesson. You have to be a team player.
Amazing. And saying that, what's the biggest difference between both of you, and what's the biggest similarity?
The biggest difference is that we look so different. She's blonde, blue-eyed, and I look like this. Biggest similarity is that we do like we like similar kind of music. We like concerts. We like traveling. We like we have a similar view of life. Biggest difference is that I'm more narcissistic than her, in the sense that I do like the exposure on Instagram, let's say, and I have an open account, etc. She's more of a private person than I am.
I see. All right. Next question is, what is your least favorite chore?
My least favorite chore is ironing.
Why?
I don't like it.
Oh dear. Ready for the last one, Pavlos?
Yes.
Last question. Let's do it. But before the last question, we were talking about the COVID crisis, yeah? For you personally, what's the most positive impact that brought to your personal life? And also, what's the most negative or challenge one, if you can share?
The most positive part is that it's the one that I said before, that I think we are tuned now to be ready to expect anything. The most difficult part was that you couldn't plan anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you couldn't plan traveling, vacationing. You couldn't plan going to dinner on Saturday night, because you wouldn't know who would be positive by then. You know, that was the most challenging part. I mean, we've been, for instance, New Year's Eve, you said, I won the iPhone. At the same time, we were supposed to have New Year's Eve at my brother's house with all the family, etc. And his daughter had just tested positive. So we had to scrap all the plans, and then everybody doing New Year's Eve alone at home with individual family, etc. So that was the most tricky part, yeah.
It happened to me in Canada, actually. I was in Canada with my best friend in Montreal, and actually we spent a New Year's Eve at home. Just me, him, his girlfriend, his partner, and the little baby, because we couldn't go anywhere. We were facing friends at home, and that's the only way we could do it. Saying that, what the situation right now there is more kind of relaxed, or is still some restrictions?
No, it's quite more relaxed. I think they're talking about abolishing the mask as well from next week or something. You don't need a safe pass anymore, as you do, because we need a safe pass to go even to supermarket, pharmacy, etc.
Okay.
We don't need it anymore. I think it's getting more relaxed. You only need to have the safe pass when you go to visit someone at the hospital, or you have to do your a rapid test or PCR test to do so.
I see. All right. Last question for you is, if you could be an animal, which one that would be and why?
Definitely a dolphin.
Wow, good one. Tell me why.
I'm a sea person. I would love to, just be in the sea and be free. Sounds, I don't know.
Wow.
Sounds good.
It's easy to see dolphins in Cyprus.
It's rare. You do. They're I mean, I have friends who have small boats, etc. And they show me their videos, and you can see them, but not from the beach. You can see more in Greece, actually.
All right. Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Let's start with family.
Team.
Good one. Money.
Comfort.
One word for love.
Family.
Look at your smile. Family. One word for life.
Traveling.
Sex.
Yes, please.
Politics. One word.
Vomit.
600 people said so many words for politics, but you are the first one who says that. I love it. One word for fear.
Sickness.
How about religion?
Indifferent.
Friendship.
I can't think of one word. Very important, let's say.
Okay. Desire.
Relaxation.
Regret.
They don't work.
Success.
Family.
Again, family.
Yeah.
One word for wish.
Wish. Financial comfort.
Okay. Happiness.
Health.
One word for Limassol.
Love.
One word for Cyprus.
Love again.
Amazing, amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your lovely wife for a coffee, yeah? And I'm going to ask her, tell me the most beautiful thing about Pavlos and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What she would say?
I think she would say that I'm a good father. And she would probably say that I need to spend less time on my phone.
Do you see some work in progress?
In what? Sorry, what?
Do you see some work in progress that you spend less time on your phone, or no, it's still a lot?
It's still a lot.
If I would ask the same question to your son, would be the same answer?
He wouldn't care so much about it if I spend time on my phone because he's the same. He's like me. The worst thing he's gonna say is that I'm always nagging to him.
Oh, nice one. Let's play now Pavlos and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But okay, Pavlos, you can ask me a question now.
What brings you all the way from Brazil to London?
Okay, do you have another 2 hours? Okay, I'm gonna. When I started studying English, I was 12 years old, 11 years old, and since then, I remember seeing those books, like when they're showing the Eiffel Tower, the Big Ben, Liberty Star in New York, so all those main places in the world, and I was like, oh my God, I could picture myself visiting those places. As a child, I always have this personality of, working or, try a better life, go after my dreams. I remember when I was a child, actually, during my school holidays, I was asking my dad if I could work. I remember when I was 6, 7 years old, he was like, no, you need to study, you need to enjoy now your holidays, your time off from school. And I was asking him all the time because I always had this way of mindset of, go after my dreams and working. Anyway, so when I was 19 years old, I had the opportunity to go to Portugal, to move to Portugal. And I didn't think twice, and this was it was a dream to live abroad since I started studying English. But back in Brazil, we tend to go to the USA. We have this American dream, we have this thing to go to America.
Makes sense. It's closer, yeah.
Yes, not just Brazil, but all South America countries, we tend to, to go to America to chase our American dream. But back then, my parents, they couldn't afford me to pay my tickets, to get a visa. So it was impossible at the time. Long story short, I had the opportunity to go to Portugal, and I didn't think twice, Pavlos. I was like, okay, I'm going to Portugal, but I always had the dream of living in a country where I could speak English every single day. It was my passion. Still, I love English language. So yeah, the main reason I left Brazil was because of the language, and of course as well, I always had this personality of helping my family, always support my mom and be able to give a better life and go after my dreams. And it's interesting how life takes you in a direction that you're not expecting. London was on my plans. Portugal was not on my plans, and found my place here in London. And I'm so happy to be here. I feel like it's home. It's home for me now. I love being in England, and it's a good place to be. So yeah, the two main reasons was about the language, and second or the same reason was to get a better life, to support my family, and to go after my dreams. And here I am, talking English every single day and working this beautiful project within the Magic Box. So yeah, that's the main reason that I left.
Excellent.
You've been Brazil before, by the way?
I've never been. No, I've never been to America. Full stop, actually.
Okay. See. You're gonna enjoy. You said about the sun.
It's always it's a dream of mine to go to visit Brazil. Actually, always a dream of the Copacabana and Ipanema, etc.
I'm sure it will happen one day for sure.
Fingers crossed.
It will for sure. Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. Do you think I'm a boring person?
Not at all. Not at all. I knew that we're not. Through your Instagram, I could see that you're very proactive, full of energy, and very interesting as well. So since the beginning, I was like, I don't think he's boring at all.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
And thank you as well for being my first guest from Cyprus.
Yay.
Yes. But before you go, if you can share a positive message or a positive quote, something that you live by.
Okay. Enjoy the day. Seize the day, actually, but I it sounds too corny to say seize the day. So I just enjoy it. Enjoy the day. Enjoy now.
Absolutely. Let's live the moments.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Regards to your wife, to your son, and you keep in touch. Thanks so much for the interview. Okay.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.